Hi, it's Gracie from the Serendipitous Crafter. Welcome back to my channel. Um, Today I have a different collab than my weekly one I've been doing with Lottie's Magic Attic. Um, this month it's Make It March 2026 with hosted by JJ with Joy. It's her first collaboration and it's going amazingly well so far. A lot of creators, a lot of digital creators, and a lot of videos, and it's been really fun. And I'm actually filming this just a couple of days before I need my video to launch, which is the 21st, and yeah, so I have a little insight on how things are going. But so these are all the makers, and this might not be the most recent updated list, and I apologize for that. But everything is updated in the description box, and you can find all the links to everybody's channel in the description box. And all of our shops for those who are selling digital kits and that sort of thing, and whoever has some freebies, because I know there's some freebies as well. And and so and then the digital designers, I think this one's is the most updated. Again, it's down in the description box for the official one. But I am a digital designer that provided a digital kit as well, and will fit through my digital kit. Just for you to get a full view of it. And but today I picked Be Happy stationery digital kit to create my make today, so we'll also see that. And there we have it. And then we also have the schedule with all. There's a schedule and all the creators YouTube channels, so you can follow along. And so here I am, the Serendipitous Crafter, on the 21st. So, all right, let's get started. And so let's get started with my kit, and I'll just zoom a little tab. There we go. And so this was the first time I actually created a digital kit for a collaboration like this. It's my first opportunity, and I graciously appreciate so much, so grateful for Joy to entrust me making a digital kit for her first collaboration, no less. So happy to do it for her, and I hope people enjoy it. And so I called the kit. I didn't want to make it the same title as the collaboration, so I just called it Growing into March instead of Make It March. And yeah, but I called it Growing into March Junk Journal Kit. And here we go. This is like a preview of what the pages are in the kit. It's like I'd say like a little thumbnail. And you can use all these little pieces too. You can totally use the pieces in it. And so these are not in any particular order. So we have a couple of journaling pages, and there's some spots for some journaling. You can actually write over these or not, whatever you may choose. So I'll just quickly do a little flip through. There's 2 pages of this one. I did one with the background color. The colors might not show up in the same way, but it's like a kind of a minty-ish green, maybe a little darker than when it's here. And then I did one with a white background page for those, you want to save some ink sometimes, or it's just too much ink. I wanted to give it an option of that. And then we have these. So it's really what I feel March is. And I made this before, like way before March, right? I think by the early February, I had mine done. And if I were to say what represents March, oh my God, the last 2 weeks, I don't know if you, like here in Canada, it's been, Mother Nature's not liking us at all. It's either freezing rain, snow, wet snow, more freezing rain, power outages, and heavy rainfall, and plus 12 temperatures, and then minus 30 below temperatures from one day to the next. So it's been kind of a roller coaster, and I prefer these images that are in here rather than the ones that are in my mind at the moment. So yeah, so we got some birds. So the birds come out in March. We start hearing them chirp and sing, and so I did some blank page ones for journaling. We have some with a little bunny. And Joy gave us a little bit of kind of criteria, you know, March, bicycles, first spring flowers, bunnies, birds, that sort of thing. So I went with it, and she wanted it in the blue tone. So my kit is more blues and turquoise type of tone, and so I found the, defin- the definition of bicycles, right? So anyway, and then I love making these collage sheets as well. And it's pretty versatile. You can use it as a journal page, or you can cut apart as you wish. You know, if you just want this here or just this here, you can do that. And you can cover these up. You can make a further, like another collage with it, using it as a base. So I made, I think, 2 of these. So these are 2 different ones. I used a floral background on this one, and I just went with it. This is kind of sort of like a repeating pattern. Some pattern background pages. So like butterflies and little flowers. And I did this, you know, some plain pages as well. My kits tend to be, I'm new at the kits, so they tend to be very eclectic and a little mix matched. They don't necessarily match exactly, but they do. This is another background page. I don't know if this is a second print. I think that's a second. No, it has a little difference in it. It's kind of like a grayish, but not as dark as it is in the video. And then we have some strips. I'm really liking these torn strips, I must say. And oh, my flower got cut off here, but I don't think it's like that in the digital. I would have to check, but I don't think so. Yeah, just some kind of elements in the ephemera. And then we have some pockets. And I included the little flaps on some of them, so if you want to make it a larger pocket or not. And then we just have some journaling cards and just some cards to use and embellishments to embellish the pages, and you can turn those into pockets as well. And just some touches of stitching. If you don't have a sewing machine, well, then you can kind of use that. So this is upside down. And we got some specimen card type of ephemera, which I really enjoy seeing these and using these. So that's why I put them in this kit. And it's upside down. And here we have like another kind of square pocket, and this one's a long one. So just some variety. And I think that's it. If I'm not mistaken, this is part of my other project that you got mixed up in here. And I think that's it for my kit. So my kit is in my Ko-fi page, and the link will be down below if you'd like to purchase it, and it would be greatly appreciated. But again, there's plenty of creators who also donated free kits and that sort of thing. So, all right, on to my make today. I'll show you. Hold on, I got my. Yeah, that's funny. I got my T4s in here. I printed a whole bunch of stuff. I should have checked what I had printed before doing this. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to try to get a page where, oh, here we go. So these are not in particular order. I printed a lot of her pages. I don't think I printed them all, but I think I did. And so they're Be Happy Stationery, and again, her kit will be in the description box. I don't know exactly what the name of her kit is, if she had a name for it. But it's one of her kits. And, you know, beautiful kit. I loved it as soon as I saw it. So I'll show you one as the main pages. And so they're kind of like gloomy and bright at the same time. And I really love that. And actually, when thinking about it today, I was looking at it and I'm like, this totally feels a bit like how March is over here. It's rainy, and it's kind of like, I find these are like gusts of wind or snowy and that sort of thing. So, and the tones are grays and turquoise as well. I printed 2 of this one, different sizes. because I was experimenting, as you can see. So I've shrunk some stuff down, and my naked is a little smaller, so I did have to play around with some sizes. And I'll let you know, I think it's this size, which is the 5x7 choice in your print settings for what we're doing. I'm going to measure our um, project for sure, for sure. And so she has some tags and some different types of tags and some full washi here on the side, which is fun, and little tags. These would be really good for a hidden paper clip, I would say. Oh, I just love the designs she made. Like, these are just gorgeous. So, you know, we got rain, we got umbrellas and that sort of thing, some signs of spring. And I really, really love these. I mean, I have the little girl who's out in the rain in her umbrella. As you can see, I was cutting up some stuff. So this went over here. So this is an ephemera page. So it has a couple of tags, a pocket, and a just like a couple circle tags, and a mini envelope. But I did shrink this down to like 8x10, I think it was. It wasn't the full page. I think I'll put that there because it's one of them I'm using. This, I think, is my favorite page. I don't know. I just love the little house. And they remind me of fairy houses. There's gnomes in front. I don't see any fairies, but I think maybe it's in the gnome village. I'm going to go with that. I just love the little houses. They remind me of fairy houses. I did a double page on that because I thought I was going to do a 3D technique, but we'll see. And then, so there's another tech, and I love houses. So all these mystical, like fun houses, I just love them. Like weirdly shaped and the whole bit. They're just really cute. And yeah, an overgrown mushrooms. Okay, that was another collaboration. Sorry about that. And oh, so here's my cardstock one of the image. And we saw this at the beginning. So there's some journaling cards and some words as well, and some stamps that can come in handy. And yes, I shrunk this to 5x7 to fit the make that we're doing. So I'm going to put this one aside. And this one as well, because that'll fit. So that was that original big one. I put it into small. So I started putting the others all into a small type of size. And these I'm using as some background pages. Like really the camera's not doing it justice for the colors. It is not like this dark gray you see. There is gray and it looks like painted art. And I don't know how she did it, but I'd love to learn how she made this. It's so pretty. And then the strong accents of blue rain, just amazing. And so this is like another little page that I'll be using. I don't know if I'll use all of them, but yeah, that's on cardstock. And then she also had a page with little quotes. So like the quiet hush of rain on new leaves, that clean green smell from after spring rain, clouds drifting lower over a rain-washed morning, puddles blooming across the path. So a kind of bit of like little sentences of spring. And that's it for what I printed. There was also another page with a lot of pockets. Not gonna lie, I wanted to print that out because I wanted to put pockets in the thing I'm doing. But this might be a longer video with some, you know, cut the video, come back, do a few clips, do some off-camera work, because I find it hard creating just on camera because I'd be here for hours because they take a long time to decide on things sometimes. Who does it? These, I think we're all a little bit like that. So let me show you what I'm starting with and and then we'll see what it'll transform into. And I just need to find where I put it here. So it's a pocket, and I'll say this was inspired by Leah from Thrifty Day. She recently did a kind of see-through plastic vinyl cover with It calls it a traveling journal, a traveling notebook, and has different inserts. So she created with different inserts, and she created it in her style, of course, and of course we all love it. So I'm going to try to make one. And where she got the vinyl cover from, um, to ship to Canada, it's like so expensive. It's more expensive than the buying the plastic cover, and then the inserts and all that. So I thought I'd kind of MacGyver something up, and so I decided to. I remember these calendars, and these are pocket calendars, and they're usually like a 2-year calendar. So it does have 2025 in it. So it has like at least 10 pages that are not going to be used, which I don't know why. And I got these from a bookstore. So I was hoping that it would have like 2026 and 2027, but it didn't. So we're making it work. And this is kind of like a trial thing I want to try out as a pocket calendar for my personal stuff. I have a calendar for my business stuff, not a calendar, a junk planner for my business stuff. And I'd like to have one for my personal stuff, but not a big one. So I think this will work. So I decided, well, this comes with this vinyl plastic cover. Now, it's not as thick as the one that Thrifty Day Leia has. It comes from that company, and I don't remember the name offhand. But I figured to try for a prototype, I'm going to try it out using this. And so she had different layers and different inserts. And so she had a calendar insert, which I love the monthly calendar. I'm good with that. And then she had a mini notebook insert as well to make lists and that sort of thing, which that works very well for me. And a little junk journal as well in it to kind of just put your junk in, right? We're junk journalers. That's what we do. So let's get started. And so I'm going to take the digitals and kind of zhuzh this one up and go from there. So I'm going to put the plastic aside for now. And I got to do some cutting up of stuff and everything. So let's figure that out. Okay, so I've cut a few pages, and this I printed like 5x7 size to make a little mini notebook. And the mini notebook is going to go into the insert, and it's going to go like this, like so. And then this one is, and then we're going to have like elastic closures that are going to hold it like a traveler's notebook. It's a mini traveler's notebook. And I'm going to decorate the front of this to match. So it's going to go like this. So you're going to see it go through. And then, and I did have these mini notebooks that I got with the traveler's notebook from a craft company. I can't remember who, but it came with a cover I don't really like, and I kept the inserts. And so that's going to be another insert that's going to go in here. And so that's going to be kind of the setup, and it will be decorated. And this is going to be the junk journal part where, well, I'll decorate the pages and that sort of thing. So that's kind of what the look I'm going for. And we're going to add, so we're doing a little mini notebook right now. And we're going to add some like regular pages as well in here. And so right now I'm just going to be, and I didn't double side this one before I cut it and that sort of thing. So that's what I would normally do, is I would print it double sided before cutting it. And that way it already, as you notice, I printed double sided here, and I'm actually going to cover that. Am I doing that? I guess I am. Yeah. Because I want more notebook type of paper, and we can write on this as well. But it's a little bit more, so I'm just going to line it up and then fold it at the fold, because I already pre-folded. And normally it would be easier not to cut down this page and just glue it and then you can cut around it. But I kind of decided last minute that's what I wanted to do. So that's where we're at. And then, you know, trim and cut and ink and all that good stuff. And I could leave this free actually. Then I won't feel like I printed for nothing on the back of that. That's what I might do. See, I'm like, I totally changed things around. And like that pocket that I have, the one pocket that I have that I printed right here, you know, I can put it on, does it fit? Yeah, it'll fit. So I can do that and put it on the back. And I love these type of flaps because they make your pockets larger and you can fit more in the pockets, which I'm going to leave it. And if you don't like that option, well, you can just cut them off. So it kind of gives you some flexibility. And so I usually like to score these. Sorry if I'm like shaking the camera. I got my plug kind of right on my right hand. And so a little bit of that just to score them. So March is kind of over in a sense for using the March calendar, and so I'm going to start mine in April. And I know mine is decorated, I think more of, well, it'll still serve for March and April, but I don't mind. I love the colors that are in this kit. And there we go, cute little bird at the back. I think that's perfect. And that way it kind of breaks up the page and I can add some other stuff there too if I want. So let's glue that down. And you know, this is just like creating the base, and then that's what I like about junk journals and junk planners or junk anything, agendas, whatever you want to call them. They're a continuous I continuously update them, like decorating them and adding things to them and stuff like that. They're not always the same. So, and that's what I like. That's what I enjoy about it. Cricket. I might round the corners. I'm not sure yet. I kind of like rounded corners, but we'll see. So there we have that. And then I need to choose. I want to choose some papers that I can actually take notes in, and do that. And I'm going to actually have this one as one of them as well. So, and I might want to cut a bit of the edging. So, and that's what we're kind of doing. Okay, I'm back with some papers. So I had these little notebook papers that I had, they're like composition, but mini notebooks that I deconstructed already. So I had these extra sheets. So, and these are a lot of note papers, so that would be perfect. And I had these little kind of mini construction paper in the kids section of the dollar store. So I folded those. So it's like a sheet about that size. Like it's a little bit bigger than a 5x7. And I'm just trimming it off to turn it into 2 pages, just for some different variety in the notebook. I'm not sure how I'm going to use all of this, but it looks fun to me. So, and I have book pages here, but that I think is for I'll get into that for another section of it that I saw another YouTuber, which I'll link down below. I don't remember her name right now, but so Thrifty Day and this other creator, kind of those two combined inspired this. But I came up with using a calendar from the dollar store, so I didn't have to order that cover. And also, I was thinking you could. This is a zine that I made a while back, so you can totally use this as um, and I did the zine with the music paper, and I just put a cover on it, and I tied it with a string, and you can totally use this as an insert as well. This doesn't have like too much room, but I just figured a zine, it would be an easy way to create the right size, I think. And um, yeah, so those are like a few ideas. Here's another zine. This is a Christmas one that I made, and so this one has some writing type of sheets, pages in it. But I won't be using, like, this would be good for like November and December as a little insert. So there's just a couple of ideas. And so let's get back to this. And I had some note paper, and it's like dot note paper. So this could be used as well. And I'm just gonna kind of, and the pages are not like, they're not good. They're much smaller than the cover that I have for it. And I can downsize it as well. So it's like I can cut the cover if I want it to fit. I'll show you in a minute what I mean. So maybe I'll put this in between here. And this can be a little pull-out page. And I'll put it in between for some interest. Like, there's just like the possibilities are endless with making one of these. I got excited and I wanted to give this a try, and it was like the right timing for my project for Make It March. And then you can decorate it with any kind of, I'm using the kit from Be Happy. So that's going to be really fun. And we'll see how it all comes together. There we go. This one, I'll leave it. I also had some of this ledger paper. It's green. It's March. Why not? But I'm not going to cut it down, so we're going to leave it. I think I have enough paper. And this is this is an extra decorated sheet, which I want to use. I might use this as a center. It's a little larger, right? Like I said, but we could cut that down. I might cut it down to size. I think it'll be cute. So let's do that. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to have to cut it so I don't cut my pocket off. So I have to, good thing I thought of that. I'm going to leave some room around the edges. And where's the pen? Leave some space. So I really don't need to cut that much off, actually. It's going to be right about here. And I'm just eyeballing this. This is really not. And here the end. I might actually leave that the way it is. And so I'm going to get my cutter out, and I'm going to try to cut these layers. Are they all straight? Sort of, maybe. It's hard to see where I'm at. Let me just, I'm like off camera, sorry, I just noticed. And you can always zoom in if you have to see closer. Oh, I don't know if that moved. We're gonna find out. That looks straight. Okay. There we go. Nice center page. Not center page, I mean. I like this bit. Let's do that. Put that one in the middle. No, I think I want to, yeah. I want this one the same size as the notepad. So I'm going to, I'm just going to trim her down. Just trim her down with the scissors. I'm going to cut like the round corners on this one. There we go. Oh, I like that. That's cute. And then I'm going to put these here and this here. Oh, doesn't that color just like go awesome with it? You can't really, it's like a greenish. It actually matches the rooftop of the house. There we go. And I think I thought of putting some trim. I have some blue trim here. I don't know if, yeah, not too much might be a nice color. This is a full-on project. Yeah, I think that's going to be super cute. And then afterwards, when it's sticking out of the, it's showing through in the pocket, it's going to look really cute, I think. But I am going to trim this a little so you can see it. As if I put it on, I want to put it on the inside. Decisions. I really don't like these sharp corners. And there we go. We're getting rid of them. Oh, okay. I was just wondering if they're going to cut. Oh, pocket didn't like me. I'll just kind of. There we go. Oh, I guess I should do this too. There we go. Okay, so that's done. And then we're going to put this here. That looks super cute. This is sticking out. Why is this sticking out? Because it wants to. Because I didn't cut that. That's fine. Just a little more trimming. There we go. You know, I didn't actually think I would have something to create with these notebook pages. And there you have it. Project was waiting. And this rickrack, it looks cuter on the top. But I just didn't want to, like, I don't know what kind of, like, corner it's going to make. Let's just do a little longer than what I need. And I'm going to do that first. I need ink. Oops. I think we'll have to come back. And I'll do some work off camera because we're already 34 minutes in with the video and I'm just on my first insert. So yeah, and I wanted to show you what I plan on doing. I'm adding like the thing with this plastic cover is that it doesn't have a huge spine So it can, like I was testing it out, and you can fit max like 2 elastics in there. So I don't know if it might be a little too thin for what I want to do. And there we go. We got this, and we're going to sew that in with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. But I'm going to do the decorating of the rickrack. So it can dry, because I'm using Fabri-Tac. I don't like using hot glue too much. So I'll just do that, and then I can work on something else while I let this dry. Oh, and the coffee paper. I wanted to put some coffee paper in it. So many things. Oh, I definitely went too far in with the glue. That's definitely going to have to dry, otherwise stuff is going to stick to it. Okay, and I'll just do this end. Cut that. Let's try to put this more on the edge. And I'm like out of frame, sorry. Get so excited and working on this. I feel like I'm alone, and not I am alone, but yeah. So I was thinking maybe putting another page. Oh, I got notes on here. Okay, some coffee dyed paper in there too, but we'll see. Maybe that'll be for the junk journal part insert instead. I still have to figure that out. Okay, well, I'll be doing some work on it, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I did quite a bit. Took me a while. So, so here we have our plastic cover from the calendar. And so this one, I had another one. Okay, so we took that, and I turned it into this. So I basically covered the pages with the digital, and I'm also doing washi tape on the sides. I glued the pages that are like 2025. Well, I'm doubling them up so they make it thicker pages. So I'm essentially just doing this. Let me see so I don't get this wrong, because yeah. So I'm gluing this page to this page. This one's already done. And this is going to make the pages thicker. And I can actually use this for anything, really. I could do part of my junk journaling month, and just add whatever I come across. So it makes them thicker. And plus, I'll have kind of less pages in this one, so it's not as so it's not too many. And then what I did was I added washi tape to the ends, so it gets a little decorative, a little more fun, that sort of thing. And I'll just show you what I did on. I'll skip one so they're not all the same. I was looking for another washi, but I can't find it at the moment. So, and this method is what Leah from Thrifty Day does. She does it with composition books. And so it makes it really simple. You know, if you want to just start junk journaling and you don't know where to start, and you want to see if you like it, that sort of thing, well, it's a good place to start. If you don't want to create it, if it's too intimidating to create a whole journal and that sort of thing, you can kind of start with a composition book. And so this is part of her method. And then I just cut the ends off. And that kind of gives it an easier time to flip through your pages as well. So that one I'll do like in a different color. I have some blue here, so that goes with the kit. And so there's still that to do, and I'll do that until I reach February, March. We're almost into April, and then I'm going to be using this as my calendar. So I'll write my appointments and that sort of thing, my personal appointments. So this is going to be my personal junk journal, and because I have a business junk journal, and yeah, and then all these other pages I can kind of just glue stickers, glue whatever I want to it. And then this I'll start using. So this is the calendar insert that I made. And that's the back cover of the digital. It's really fun. And I put a little one of the sentiments up at the top, a little stamp, and I cut the umbrella kind of to add a little bit of a 3D effect. So there's that insert. And then there's the main junk journal insert that I did. And that was the one I got from another traveling notebook. And I didn't like the cover. So yeah, so I put a pocket here to put some stuff in. I just decorated the first inside page, put a little bit of lace, just to pretty it up a bit. Did the back, and that's pretty much it. What I did with it, and then the rest is to kind of have fun with and blank page, you know. And we could put some like pockets in here as well. I had shrunk the pockets to a 5x7 size, and so it gave us a size that would totally fit in this particular journal insert. I'm just looking if I can find my hole punch. Not a hole punch, a circle punch, so I can do this notch. That's a little larger. I have the smaller one. And you can put a little pocket right here. Or right here. Like anywhere really, and use it for anything. So there's still a lot of like decorating that could be done. So let's assemble. Well, I'll show you the other insert. So I got two more. So I have. So this one we saw me put it together, and mostly, and then I sewed it in with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I just used some embroidery thread for it, and have some various papers. Have some from the digital in there, and I decorated it with it a bit. Some pockets, and that's just like for notes. So this is the calendar just strictly for appointments and just write little things that are due that day. And this is really like a list of things so I don't forget, and just like a running list. This is the junk journal part, right, for the month. And really, when you think about it, if this is too big or too much, it might be too much for me. But like next month when April comes around, I just need to cover off another April, like go on to the next month, because it's all here, right? And then I continue on in the same journal and same pocket traveling notebook system. And of course, I was tempted. I made a little sticker type of traveling sticker book. So it's a little mini one. I have a pocket here, and I put some samples of some washi tape that I'm using, and if I want to use it in my junk journal. So it's a little bit of like supplies in the sense of stickers for me to put. Now, mind you, I only grabbed what I had around here that I had on hand. So like really random, like this door, some of this washi tape. I just wrapped it around. This sticker, it reminded me of the little kind of houses here, so I added it in there. So, and I have room to grow. And this like sticker adhesive paper, I bought the wrong size. I wanted to make a larger sticker book, and I thought it was larger, and it's like super tiny. I actually thought it was going to be a waste, but then the project presented itself, and here we have it. And oh, and the raccoon's so cute. So I put it like another pocket here to put some stickers or embellishments, like part of the kit. I can put all the goodies in here too, so that I have some of it to continue on decorating. I just haven't fussy cut everything out and that sort of thing. You know, have some scraps. We can put the scraps in there. And the same thing with this one. This one can store some, add some more pockets and such. So let's put this together and see what the final look is going to be. Now, a traveling notebook has like elastic, so you can like remove and put inserts into it. Now I have these two large ones, right? So now you can use elastic, you can use string, you can use even lace, you can use ribbon to tie it. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be an elastic. It's easier because it's stretchy, but I'm only using what I have on hand, and I only had one of these on hand. So I'm going to leave it for, I think, the junk journal part. So I'm going to go in the center. I think I'm going to put it in the cover first. I'm going to put it in the cover first. Now, this wasn't made for this, but it kind of works. Once the journals are in there, it doesn't fold the plastic. But I would ideally maybe do some eye hole, like some eyelets in here, so it can protect it a bit. But I'm trying it out. I'm trying to see if I like the system, or if it's going to be a flop. But I like the fact that I can travel with it. You know, that I can carry my junk journal with me. So there we go. You just got to fiddle around with it a bit. Sorry if I'm a bit off camera. So that fits there. So that looks nice. And that's what the nice thing about the clear cover. You're going to see the layers getting together. And then this one's just going to be inserted like so. Like this. And then this one, I think I'm going to put the calendar in for like in the first slot, like right here. Now you see I don't have another elastic, so we're going to just try. Let's see. I got this twine. This twine can work. Kind of matches the whole vibe. If I can find the end. Here we go. So one, well, actually, it doesn't work that way. So we're just going to wrap it around, and I'm going to just tie a knot. Just have like enough that it. And so I'm just going to take it and wrap it around the plastic. Pretty much a no-sew binding. And I think I'm going to keep the bow inside. I think it'll be more secure. I think it'll keep it together a little bit better. Let's just tie it up and while I wrestle with it. And there we have it. So that's not too bad, right? And then when I want to work with it, I just slip the booklet out because it's obviously too bulky. So it slips out pretty easily. So that's really good. And I can always change the twine too. If it's not working out, I'll try something else. And then we have the other little sticker book, and I think I'll put it at the back so we can decorate like a half page at the back type of thing. And let me just cut this piece off. It's kind of bugging me that it's sticking out. There we go. And then, oh my God, I guess I didn't measure it well. Okay, that's fixable. And it's going to cut off like almost all my lace. That's all right. And I cut off my pocket, but that's okay. I'll fix it up after. That's not too bad. See, it's just paper. It's fixable. So then I just insert that there. Oh, I can glue back my my little pocket there. It kind of looks strange without the little blank. And then we'll put in these little scraps so we can use throughout the month. And then, you know, I'll add more stickers and more things that are a bit on theme. And just put this insert in here. And I can put this in the middle, maybe. Or at the top. You can even put it at the top. And there we have it. So if I had planned it a little better, I would have put the ribbon. I can still put some ribbon on the back here, and it would be really cute. And so, and there you have it. And maybe this will probably slide down, so maybe we can keep it at the bottom. And there we go. And it's not too shabby. Like it's, you know, like mind you, this is like a very thin plastic cover from the dollar store. And it wasn't made for this thickness, but it seems to be working pretty good. And all I have to do is find some, maybe some twine to keep it shut, or a thicker ribbon maybe. I would prefer a thicker ribbon, so that it kind of secures it a little bit more. But this is pretty good. And there we have it. So I hope you enjoyed that, and don't forget to follow along and check out everybody's videos. And there's video every day coming out. We have tons of digitals and to choose from and to play with. So and I'll leave it at that. Let the serendipity find you in your crafting. We'll see you later. Bye.